Hi, everybody. This is Adam Elenbaas from Nightlight Astrology, and these are your Sun and Rising Sign horoscopes for the month of August 2019. And this is the Sun Rising Sign horoscope for Leos. So the month starts off really on July 31st because we pay a lot of attention to lunar cycles every month, and there's a new moon in your home sign of Leo that happened on July 31st. It's really toning the whole month of August. This particular lunation cycle also features a square from Venus and the new moon in Leo to Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your 10th house. So this is your first home sign and house of Leo, and the new moon lands in that house, which places a really strong emphasis on very personal forms of new beginning. Every moon cycle, basically, at the start of every moon cycle, you're talking about a new beginning, but when it lands in the first house, it's the quintessential place of beginnings because it's the place where planets first appear in the sky. It's the home sign and place that we look at in every birth chart to see about the appearance of a child into the world coming out of their mother's womb. It's the place, again, where planets rise in the east every day. So something new is appearing in your life this month, a very new and personal form of development. Oftentimes that will entail, for example, an emphasis on your health, your body. It can be a little bit more existential and just a little bit more personal. What am I doing? Who am I? Where am I going? Just the emphasis is a little bit more personal and more basic than in any other month of the year. And again, like that can mean a lot of different things. You really have to study the context of the full lunation cycle to sort of understand everything. Now, the beginning of this lunation cycle features a square from Venus and the new moon to Uranus in the 10th house. And so this new moment of change could also come for you at a time when there are disruptions and just an aura of revolution happening at work or in your professional life. So that's the meaning of the square to Uranus. Uranus is sort of shaking things up, or there might be some way in which you are shaking things up personally at work, or sometimes even in terms of, again, your health, your appearance, a fashion statement. But whatever is happening right now, the need or desire for greater freedom, independence, to express yourself in ways that are unconventional or that defy tradition or authority, that's all par for the course this month, with a lot of planets in Leo squaring Uranus and Taurus in your 10th house. So that's kind of where the month begins. You want to be careful because this is a month where normally very likable, gregarious Leo rising, but you could be a little edgier this month. The tendency to want to push people's buttons or to make a statement or kind of challenge authority could be there. So be a little bit careful about that. But otherwise, you can expect maybe some revolution and disruption in the workplace as well. It's more personal for you right now, or in terms of your professional trajectory in a general sense. Now, as the month goes on, there's a couple of transits, almost all of them happening in Leo, that are, really pronounced. The Venus and the Sun between August 6th and the 8th will move through trines to Jupiter in the sign of Sagittarius in your 5th house. So that combination is interesting because the 5th house is a house that's traditionally associated with creativity. Jupiter's turning direct in the 5th house this month, right around August 11th. And you're looking at a lineup of planets that are harmoniously aligning with some kind of turning point that Jupiter is going through in the house of creativity, the arts, beauty. It's also related to things like romance and love and even children. So this is a house that, generally brings pretty auspicious, expansive, kind of creative energies. And Venus and the Sun in your home sign are connecting with that planet. So between the 6th and the 8th, connecting by a trine, that's really beneficial and uplifting energy, which should, I would say, either bring good things in, just bring kind of beneficial connections, a creative energy, creative insight, a creative flair, or it could also put you in touch in general with, the kind of people that you need to meet in order to make something more successful or more appealing. Jupiter and the Sun getting together in a trine for you as a Leo is, it's all about increased confidence or increased visibility, or just finding, again, beneficial connections or allies or something like that. So I think that's going to be really a really nice transit overall. You want to be careful of getting a little puffed up, or like, again, either like overly sort of edgy and kind of controversial potentially, or also the other energy you want to be careful of is getting a little bit like grandiose or arrogant. The potential for a little bit of ego inflation this month that might not be altogether healthy. So watch for that. Then around August 11th, one of the things that we're seeing is Venus is moving into Cazimi, kind of a rare moment for Venus, where it's right at the heart of the sun. It gets started on the 11th, but it really steps up on the 12th, the 13th, the 14th, all the way up through the new moon on the 5th, or the full moon on the 15th. So Venus in a really empowered position in your first house, a likable, charming. If you're trying to sell or pitch something, it's a great time for that. If you're trying to present something that's artistic or original, if you're trying on a new style, if you're trying on a new diet, it's kind of a moment where, the goddess of love and harmony and your ruling planet in your home sign are really suffused, or really coming together in order to sort of bless you and bring out the best that you have inside. And again, because Venus is the ruler of your career house, right? It's also possible that some of this has something to do with work, that some of this has something to do with gains in your professional life. Really nice month for just about like everyone, I think, is going to enjoy these transits, but it's a nice month for Leos especially. Now, your full moon on August 15th falls in your 7th house of relationships. So about the middle of the month, there might be some tension between the spotlight being on you and the need to pay attention to those you love, or things happening in your relationships that might be a little bit more intense or dramatic. Full moon will bring that kind of oppositional tension between self and other in the 7th house. So watch for that around the 15th. Then you get up to the 18th of the month, and right around that time, Mars is going to hop into Virgo, and then it's just a big Virgo party. Basically, on the next following days, Venus enters Virgo. Next couple of days later, Venus and Mars can join in Virgo. The Sun enters Virgo. By the 29th, Mercury enters Virgo, and by the 30th, there's a new moon in Virgo. Where does that land? That's all in your 2nd house. The 2nd house is a place of income and expenditures. So from the 18th onward, there's going to be a lot of attention around your resources, managing and organizing details related to finances or money or business, honing or sharpening skills maybe that could become profitable, or making something that if you have your own business, kind of fine-tuning some element of your daily workflow, or finding ways of becoming more productive. This could also have something to do about health, cleanliness, and diet. It could have something to do with relationships and the basic values the things that you like and don't like, and how those things are playing into your relationships. So values and even finances in relationships could be a real theme. The new moon at the end of August is really toning September. So you'll start feeling this coming on, everything that I'm talking about, from like the 18th through the end of the month. So that's a brief overview of the month. I hope that this is helpful for you. I'd love to hear your stories, hear how the month goes, and I'll look forward to seeing you again for September. Okay, take care.